Well, it's kind of hard to see in there. This is a Stylist 347. The gear that mates with this plastic gear, the top has crumbled off. You can see my screwdriver rotating there. That's fished in through the front to loosen the set screw on the broken gear. And the new one was like $5 or $6. So if you have a machine like this, it can be worth doing. Alright, so you can see how this screwdriver was fished in to get the set screw on the side of this gear that we're replacing. And some of these machines you can fish a screwdriver in like this and get that set screw. Other machines have a similar setup, use the same gear for a vertical shaft to drive, but there's no way to fish in through this gap, and you have to drill a hole on the back side of the machine to access the set screw. Underneath this 347, it's got the belt drive for the hook, which I removed the tensioner and the belt in preparation for this operation. And with that drive completely loose, this whole shaft slides out the bottom of the machine, which you don't have to remove, but I pulled it out to show there's a flat here. So when I get this back in, we're going to put this shaft back in, put our new gear on top of the hole where the shaft slips up, and then we have to line up the flat and that set screw, and I'll reach in and tighten that set screw the same way I fished my screwdriver in to loosen it. And we heard that gear Alright, well, I gotta fish that old gear out, but here's the broken bits of it. There's the broken gear. Metal collar and the teeth completely shattered off of it. But this machine is 40 years old, so new gear, maybe it's got another 40 years in it. To get ready to put this new gear in, I'm gonna reinsert this shaft with oil all the way along it. So we'll put some oil in the hole, and then there we go. Put a whole bunch of fresh oil in there. Alright, it was impossible to see what I was up to, but I fished the new gear in onto the hole and pushed that shaft in up from underneath, and then aligned the screw so that I could fish my screwdriver straight through the hole onto the set screw, and wiggled the shaft on the bottom so the set screw was on that flat that I showed you. So that's all secured. And now it's time to reinstall our hook drive belt and time the hook. Never set the hook timing on one of these before, so I gotta figure out which of these two is easier to loosen. Looks like this one under the hook is the one that you do. Some of the Brazil-made machines, the big drive here is the one that you set your hook timing with for the belt. But I have picked a spot that is relatively close, I think. So I'm going to just put the belt on, get this belt tensioner back in place. And we'll see how lucky we got. This tensioner is just a slide, so when you put the screw in, you have to rotate that cam so that it's holding the belt snug but not over tight. Best view I can get. I got lucky on my first try, and the timing here, one side of the zigzag, and then for this rotary hook, the left side is the one that the hook arrives at later, so there we go. The eye of the needle is just under the hook as the hook passes behind it on the left hand side. So this should be good timing. Let's see if this machine stitches. Alright, blue thread on the bottom, white thread on top. Check the belt tension, it seems, but and our top tension is wildly high. Oh yeah. And that did not fix anything. I cleaned this tensioner before I started testing here. Oh. Alright. The spring in this tensioner must be a little weak because it's very sensitive adjustment here. Alright, we're back where we got to with that. Wow. I'm gonna have to go through and really do some figuring out what's up with this upper tension, because it goes from having almost none to too much, and then it occurs to me I am absent-mindedly tightening this lower tension, which is not helping me figure this out. There. Alright. Lower tension is basically nothing, so... I'll have to check and see if there's a flat spot on this belt. That's what keeps having an issue over there. Okay. That upper tension is very high. Maybe I need to investigate the take-up spring on this machine. But we'll give it... There we go. Okay. Finally got a good stitch. Blue is even, white is even, and I just need to check the belt. The belt was loose. This is the tightening mechanism in this machine. They use it on a lot of machines. Flathead screwdriver, reach in from the end, loosen the screw, and then this plastic cam, just adjust the motor up or down and retighten with the cam in the right spot.